Attraction isn't always obvious. In fact, some of the most genuine feelings a woman has for you are the ones she tries to keep hidden, either out of fear of judgment, vulnerability, or uncertainty about how you feel in return. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she often won't come out and say it directly. Society conditions many women to wait, to give subtle hints rather than bold declarations. But if you pay attention, you'll start to notice patterns in her behavior, subtle clues she leaves behind, almost unintentionally. One of the most consistent and revealing of those clues is how often she tries to be around you, even when there's no practical reason for it. She finds excuses to be in your space. Maybe she starts showing up more often where you hang out. She might not even speak to you every time, but she'll make sure you notice her presence. She just happens to be at the same social events, or she lingers a little longer than necessary when your paths cross. If you work together, she might frequently find reasons to walk past your desk, ask you questions she already knows the answer to, or offer help with tasks that don't really require assistance. It's not that she doesn't have anything better to do. She does. But when a woman is secretly attracted to you, she prioritizes opportunities to connect, even if they're brief or seemingly insignificant. It's about presence, not conversation. Watch how she positions herself in group settings. Does she try to sit near you? Is she often in your line of sight, finding ways to be involved in whatever you're doing? If you're laughing with someone else, does she suddenly appear beside you to join in? That's not a coincidence. Women are strategic when it comes to attraction. They're observant, intentional. Her decision to be close to you, even when it doesn't seem necessary, is her way of creating comfort and familiarity, two critical foundations of romantic connection. And it's not just physical closeness. She'll also initiate random conversations, not because the topic matters, but because it's a way to engage with you without appearing too forward. These conversations may start with something mundane, asking for your opinion on something, mentioning a common interest, or bringing up a topic she knows you're passionate about. The goal isn't the topic, it's the interaction. She wants to feel connected to you, even if that means pretending to care about things she normally wouldn't. Sometimes she'll even create problems or ask for help just to justify being around you. It's subtle, and it may feel innocent at first, but it's calculated. If she accidentally leaves something behind for you to return, or asks you to help her fix something she probably could handle herself, she's giving you an excuse to interact. It's her way of opening the door without appearing too obvious. The truth is, people don't spend time on what they're indifferent to, and women especially, who are often more socially aware, won't risk unnecessary attention from a man they don't like. So if she's consistently choosing to be near you, especially when she doesn't have to be, that's a strong indicator of hidden attraction. She's placing herself within your reach, hoping you'll notice her without forcing it. This proximity is her quiet way of saying, I'm here, I'm available, and I want you to see me. When it comes to attraction, words can lie, but the body rarely does. One of the most revealing and consistent signs of a woman who is secretly attracted to you is her body language. Even when she tries to suppress her feelings or hide her interest, her body will betray her. It's instinctive, it's unconscious, it's raw, and it often says more than any conversation ever could. If you know what to look for, her gestures, posture, and subtle reactions can tell you everything you need to know about what she feels beneath the surface. Start with eye contact. This is one of the most powerful nonverbal cues in human interaction. If a woman is secretly attracted to you, her eyes will linger just a moment longer than they should. She might look away quickly when you catch her staring, as if embarrassed. Or she might hold your gaze for a split second longer than what feels like normal, creating a moment of silent tension between you. This isn't the gaze of a friend or a coworker. It's deeper, more curious, and filled with unspoken emotion. Sometimes she'll scan your face while you talk, watching your lips, your eyes, the way your expression changes. That kind of focus isn't casual. It's intimate. She's studying you because she's intrigued. Then there's the smile. Pay attention to how often she smiles around you, especially if it seems more frequent than usual. A genuine smile is hard to fake. It reaches the eyes, causes a slight crinkle in the corners, and lights up the entire face. If she's smiling often in your presence, especially when you're not even trying to be funny, that's her body's involuntary reaction to being around someone she likes. And if she laughs at your jokes, especially the ones that aren't that great, that's another giveaway. She's not just being polite. She's looking for connection, a way to affirm you, to show you she enjoys your presence. Her posture around you is another clue. Does she lean in when you talk? Is her body angled toward you, even when she's sitting across the room? These are subconscious behaviors that reveal her comfort and interest. When a woman is attracted to a man, her body naturally opens up toward him. Her arms are uncrossed. Her legs might be pointed in your direction. She's not retreating or creating distance. She's inviting closeness, even if it's subtle. And if she leans in while you're speaking, she's doing more than just trying to hear you better. She's closing the physical gap between you, which is a form of intimacy in itself. Watch her hands. A woman who is nervous or excited in your presence might play with her hair, touch her neck, adjust her clothing, or fidget with jewelry. These small movements are often signs of self-consciousness. She's aware of how she looks and how you might be perceiving her. She might lightly touch her lips or brush imaginary dust off her clothes. These gestures are not random. They're signs that she's thinking about how she appears to you and trying to present herself in the best light. Touch is another powerful indicator. If she finds reasons to make physical contact, however brief, it's a sign that she feels a connection and is testing boundaries. She might brush your arm when she laughs, touch your shoulder to emphasize a point, or tap you playfully during a conversation. These touches may seem casual, but they're loaded with meaning. She's using touch as a safe way to explore physical closeness. If you respond positively, she feels validated. If you pull away, she has the safety of pretending it was just friendly. But make no mistake, when a woman initiates touch, especially in a pattern, it's almost never accidental. Mirroring is another subtle but telling behavior. If you notice that she starts to adopt your mannerisms, crossing her legs when you do, matching your speaking rhythm, or repeating phrases you use, that's called mirroring. It's a subconscious way of building rapport. People mirror those they admire, respect, or feel connected to. It's her body's way of saying, I'm like you, I'm aligned with you. This is particularly noticeable during one-on-one conversations. She may not even realize she's doing it, but it reveals a strong sense of attunement to your energy and behavior. The most interesting part of body language is that it can contradict spoken words. A woman may say she's not really looking for anything, or just sees you as a friend. But if her body tells a different story, constant eye contact, leaning in, open posture, subtle touches, then it's likely her mouth is lying, but her body is telling the truth. This isn't manipulative, it's protective. She may not be ready to admit her attraction out loud. She might not even fully understand it herself, but her body knows. It responds instinctively to your presence. It becomes more alive, more engaged, more alert. Understanding these cues requires patience and observation. You can't rush into assumptions, but when you see a consistent pattern, when her body repeatedly moves toward you, focuses on you, and reacts to you, it's no coincidence. It's desire trying to find its way through silence. Jealousy is one of the most revealing emotional responses a woman can have when she's secretly attracted to you, and yet it's also one of the easiest to miss, because it rarely shows up in the way people expect. When most people hear the word jealousy, they think of dramatic outbursts, possessiveness, or overt confrontation. But when a woman is hiding her attraction to you, her jealousy doesn't come out with volume. It comes out in subtleties. It leaks through her tone, her expressions, her choice of words, and how she reacts when you mention or show interest in another woman. It's not the kind of jealousy that demands attention. It's the kind that quietly simmers beneath the surface, the kind that tries to pretend it's not even there, but can't help revealing itself through the cracks. You might notice it when you talk about a female friend, coworker, or even someone you just casually interacted with. Watch how her demeanor shifts. Maybe she becomes quieter, more reserved, or unusually sarcastic. Her energy drops slightly, or her facial expression tightens for just a moment. She might change the subject quickly or ask follow-up questions in a way that feels too curious for someone who's supposedly just a friend. She might say things like, "Oh, is she your type?" or "You two seem close," in a tone that sounds casual but carries an underlying tension. These aren't innocent questions, they're probes. She's trying to figure out where she stands without revealing too much of her own feelings. Jealousy can also manifest in the form of subtle competition. If another woman receives your attention, suddenly the woman who's secretly attracted to you steps up her game. Maybe she dresses a little differently the next time she sees you, becomes more flirtatious, or tries to reclaim your attention by being more engaging, funny, or supportive. It's not always conscious. She may not even realize she's doing it. But deep down she feels a sense of emotional threat, like something she wants is slipping away from her. And instead of confessing it outright, she tries to re-establish her presence in your world in a way that reasserts her importance. Sometimes this kind of jealousy will come out in humor. She might make a light-hearted or even passive-aggressive joke about the women you talk to. She could say something like, "Wow, you've really got a fan club," or "Looks like you're quite the ladies' man," with a smile on her face but a hint of something sharper in her tone. These comments might seem playful on the surface, but they're emotionally loaded. She's testing you, fishing for a reaction, trying to gauge how much those other women matter to you, and whether she still holds a special place in your attention. In some cases, jealousy causes her to pull back rather than lean in. If she sees you giving attention to someone else, she might become distant or emotionally colder. It's not that she's punishing you, it's a defense mechanism. She's retreating to protect herself, to avoid appearing vulnerable or hurt. In her mind, stepping back is safer than staying engaged and watching you possibly build something with another woman. This kind of withdrawal can be confusing because it often comes without explanation. One day she's warm and engaged, and the next she's aloof and hard to reach. But if you look at the timeline closely, you'll often find that the shift in her behavior followed an interaction where another woman was involved. Pay attention to how often she brings up other women in conversation, not just the ones you're actually interested in, but any women she sees you engaging with. She might casually mention you seem to get along well with her, or she laughs at all your jokes. Again, this isn't random. She's monitoring the emotional landscape. She wants to know who else might be competing for your interest, and how you feel about them. If you sense a pattern in how she responds to these conversations, with subtle jabs, downplayed compliments, or an increased level of interest in your social interactions, it's likely driven by quiet jealousy. What makes this kind of jealousy so interesting is that it operates beneath layers of social behavior. She doesn't want to expose herself too soon or give you too much power, so she masks her feelings under humor, curiosity, or occasional distance. But underneath all of that is a very real emotional response, a sense of threat, a desire to be chosen, a quiet hope that you'll recognize her value without needing her to spell it out. This form of jealousy isn't just about fear of losing you to someone else. It's about how deeply she already feels connected to you, whether she's admitted it or not. In truth, jealousy is rarely about the other woman. It's about her. It's about the emotional investment she's made silently, secretly, and the risk that it might go unnoticed or unreciprocated. When you see signs of jealousy in her, no matter how subtle, they usually point to one thing: she sees you as someone who matters, someone worth caring about, someone she doesn't want to lose, even if she's never said that out loud. Touch is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication, and when a woman is secretly attracted to you, the way she uses touch can give away her feelings in ways words never could. Touch can range from the most casual of gestures to more intimate exchanges. But the important thing to understand is that it's often used as a subtle way to test boundaries, express closeness, and signal interest. The type, frequency, and context of touch she initiates will tell you a lot about how she feels, even if she's too shy or unsure to say it outright. One of the first signs of attraction through touch might be how often she finds excuses to make contact with you, even in situations where it might not be necessary. For example, she might lightly tap your arm while laughing at something you said, or she might brush against you in a crowded space. These gestures can seem innocent at first, but they're actually more deliberate than they appear. She's seeking out ways to create physical proximity and establish a connection. It's subtle, but it's intentional. By initiating these small touches, she's not only testing the waters to see how you react, but she's also expressing her desire to be close to you, to feel your energy, to experience the comfort and warmth of your presence in a way that doesn't require words. In more one-on-one interactions, you may notice that she finds excuses to get physically closer to you. If you're sitting next to each other, she might lean in slightly when she talks, closing the distance between you. When she does this, it's often a signal that she's comfortable with you and wants to create a more intimate space between you. She might not always realize that she's doing it, but her body naturally moves toward you as a sign of interest. If you're walking together, you might notice that she stays close by your side, rather than pulling ahead or hanging back. The way her body aligns with yours, the way her shoulder might brush against yours as you walk, is a clear indication that she feels comfortable with you and wants to be physically near you. She's sending a message that she enjoys your presence and wants to create moments of closeness, even if it's just in small, fleeting ways. Another sign of attraction through touch is when she makes more deliberate efforts to make contact with you. This could manifest in her placing her hand on your arm or shoulder during a conversation, or maybe she'll rest her hand on your back when walking past you. These more intentional touches show that she's trying to bridge the gap between casual acquaintance and something more personal. A simple touch on the arm can convey interest and affection without the need for words. It's an unspoken invitation for connection, an attempt to get closer without overwhelming you. These touches can be light and fleeting, but the fact that she's initiating them shows that she's comfortable enough with you to allow that physical connection. Touch can also take the form of playful gestures. If she's attracted to you, she might lightly shove you in a playful way when you joke around or give you a gentle nudge when you do something silly. These small, playful touches often create a sense of intimacy and comfort in the relationship. They convey a level of ease and familiarity that signals she sees you as someone she feels relaxed around. Playful touch is also a way of testing boundaries. If she touches you in a casual, playful manner and you don't pull away or seem uncomfortable, she'll likely take it as a green light to initiate more frequent contact. The key here is that touch becomes a way for her to gauge your reactions, to see if you're receptive to her advances without feeling pressured. It's a form of flirtation without words, a gentle way of expressing her interest in you without making it too obvious. The way a woman touches her own body around you can also tell you a lot about how she feels. When a woman is attracted to a man, she might unconsciously touch her hair more, adjust her clothing, or smooth her skirt or pants when she's near him. These actions can be subtle, but they're a sign that she's aware of her appearance and is trying to present herself in the best possible light. Her self-conscious movements reflect a desire for you to notice her, and this kind of behavior often occurs when she's hoping you'll take the hint. If she brushes a hand through her hair or bites her lip while looking at you, these are subtle signs that she's aware of the attraction between you and is trying to play it cool, even if she's feeling nervous or unsure of how to express herself. Sometimes touch is used as a way to comfort. If you're going through a tough time or have shared a difficult moment together, she might place a hand on your back or give you a reassuring touch on your arm. These gestures aren't just about physical closeness, they're about emotional closeness as well. When a woman is attracted to you, she might want to show her care and concern for you in a way that feels nurturing and supportive. She's offering her physical presence to soothe you, to create a sense of emotional safety, and to deepen the connection between you. In moments of vulnerability, her touch can be a way of expressing feelings that she might not be able to articulate. It's a silent way of saying, "I'm here for you," without needing to put it into words. While touch is a powerful form of communication, it can also be a bit confusing. A woman who is secretly attracted to you may not always know how to navigate her emotions. She may give you mixed signals, one moment initiating touch, the next moment pulling back or seeming distant. This ebb and flow is often a result of her internal conflict. She's attracted to you, but she's unsure how much to reveal, how much to risk. The key is to observe the patterns of her touch and how you respond to them. If you notice that she's becoming more physical with you over time, gradually increasing the frequency and intensity of her touches, it's a strong indicator that her feelings are deepening. If you're receptive to her touch and don't pull away, it reinforces her confidence in the connection and invites her to keep exploring that physical bond. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, one of the most powerful tools she has at her disposal is communication through her word. However, it's not just about what she says, but how she says it. Often, when a woman is trying to hide her feelings for you, she will craft her words in a way that allows her to express interest while maintaining a level of ambiguity. This can be a subtle art because she doesn't want to come on too strong, but at the same time, she doesn't want to give off the impression that she's completely uninterested. Her words might seem casual or innocent, but if you pay close attention, you'll begin to notice patterns and underlying meanings. One of the first things to look for is the level of effort she puts into her conversations with you. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she will often go out of her way to engage with you. This might show up in how much time she spends talking to you, or how interested she seems in the topics you discuss. She might take an extra interest in things you're passionate about, or ask questions that allow you to talk about your hobbies, career, or personal beliefs in greater depth. Her questions won't just be surface level. They will aim to dig deeper, to get to know you on a more personal level. This desire to connect through conversation is one of the clearest indicators that she wants to know more about who you are, what drives you, and what makes you tick. It's her way of establishing a bond, of showing that she's invested in the conversation and in you. When a woman is interested in you, she'll also tend to remember small details about your past conversations. If she brings up something you mentioned days, weeks, or even months ago, it's because she's paying attention. Her memory is a reflection of how much she values what you say. She wants to show you that she listens to you, that she cares about the things you share, even if they seem insignificant. For example, she might recall something you said in passing, like your favorite type of food or a place you've always wanted to visit, and bring it up in a later conversation, simply to show that she's been thinking about you. It's these little touches that suggest a deeper level of emotional investment. She's not just having a casual conversation. She's mentally holding onto the details that make you unique and special. In addition to remembering small details, a woman who is secretly attracted to you might also use compliments to convey her interest. However, her compliments will often be more specific and thoughtful rather than generic or overly flattering. Instead of simply saying, "You're handsome," she might comment on something particular about you, like your intelligence, your sense of humor, or the way you handle certain situations. This specificity shows that she's paying attention to you as a person and appreciates qualities that go beyond the surface. Complimenting your strengths, your personality, or your achievements is her way of telling you she admires you, without outright saying, "I'm attracted to you." Her tone of voice can also be a giveaway. If she speaks with a softer, more intimate tone around you, that's a clear sign of attraction. When a woman feels a deep connection with someone, her voice naturally becomes warmer and more inviting. You might notice her laughter is more genuine and her words are more sincere when you're around. The way she says your name might change too. There's a certain level of affection that sneaks into the way it rolls off her tongue. If she's speaking to you with this warmth and sincerity, it's likely that her feelings for you go beyond friendship. Another key part of her verbal communication will be how she reacts when you talk about other women. This is often the most telling sign that she's secretly attracted to you. If she seems to show slight discomfort, irritation, or jealousy when you mention someone else, it's a strong indicator that she cares more than she's letting on. She might try to play it off, saying something like, "Oh, you two seem close," or "She seems nice," but there's a clear undertone of possessiveness in her words. Even though she's not saying anything overtly confrontational, her tone and reaction can reveal a lot. She's subconsciously giving you clues that she's protective of the space she shares with you, hoping that you'll pick up on her subtle emotional signals and recognize that she wants to be the one in your life, not the woman you're talking about. In addition to this, you may notice that when a woman is secretly attracted to you, she often seeks out ways to keep the conversation going. If she likes you, she won't want the interaction to end quickly, so she might try to extend the conversation by introducing new topics, asking follow-up questions, or offering her own opinions on things that matter to you. She's creating an opportunity for prolonged interaction, because the longer she can keep you engaged, the more time she gets to spend with you. Sometimes she'll even follow up on things you've talked about previously, ensuring that you have an excuse to keep talking and to maintain that connection. This desire to prolong the conversation is more than just an attempt to be polite. It's an expression of her attraction and her wish to continue exploring your personality and getting closer to you. Additionally, her way of communicating through text messages or social media can also offer hints about her attraction. If she's engaging with you online, she might take longer to respond, using emojis or sending messages that feel more personal and emotionally charged. She might also make an effort to reach out to you first, even when she knows you're likely busy. The fact that she's initiating contact and making sure to keep the lines of communication open suggests that she's invested in staying connected. Her responses might also be thoughtfully crafted, showing that she's taking time to think about how to respond in a way that feels meaningful to you. In the way she chooses her words, a woman who is secretly attracted to you can express more than she realizes. She might not even recognize that her verbal behavior is subtly betraying her emotions. But for you, the key is in noticing the little things, how her tone changes, how she remembers specific details, how she reacts to the things you say. When these things align with an increased level of attention, affection, and sometimes even subtle jealousy, it's clear that her attraction to you runs deeper than she might be willing to admit. The way a woman positions herself around you can reveal a great deal about her attraction. Body language is an incredibly important, often unconscious, way for people to communicate their feelings, and when a woman is secretly attracted to you, her body will give you signals that she may not even be aware of. These signals are often subtle, but they form a pattern that, when understood, can give you a clearer understanding of her feelings. What's important to keep in mind is that she may not be deliberately trying to send these signals. They're simply a natural reaction to the way she feels in your presence. One of the first things to pay attention to is how her body faces you when you're around. If she's interested in you, her body will be oriented toward you most of the time. This isn't just about her eyes following you or her face being turned in your direction. It's a more holistic shift. She might angle her torso toward you, even when talking to a group, or when you're in a room full of people. This body positioning is a subconscious way of showing that you have her attention, that she's focused on you and wants to be closer to you. It's an instinctive movement, one that speaks to her interest and attraction. Another sign to watch for is her posture. A woman who is secretly attracted to you might subtly adjust her posture when she's near you. She may straighten her back, sit up a little taller, or even lean in slightly when you speak. This physical alignment is a way of signaling that she's engaged, that she's open to receiving your energy, and that she wants to be present in the interaction. In many cases, her posture might become more open as well. For example, she might uncross her arms or shift her body in a way that's less defensive, indicating that she's relaxed and comfortable around you. These subtle shifts in posture can tell you a lot about how she's feeling, especially if they occur when you're in a more intimate or one-on-one setting. Beyond her posture, her facial expressions can also reveal a lot about her attraction. The way her face lights up when you enter a room, or the warmth in her smile when she sees you are both clear indications that she feels something special toward you. Pay attention to her eyes. When she's genuinely interested in you, her pupils may dilate and her gaze may linger a little longer than usual. She might also show subtle signs of admiration or affection through her smile, and it's important to note the quality of that smile. Is it warm? Does it seem to come from a place of genuine happiness? A woman who is secretly attracted to you will often smile in a way that feels more personal, more intimate, as though she's sharing a private moment with you, even if it's just for a brief second. The way a woman uses her hands and arms around you can also be an important indicator. A woman who is attracted to you might find ways to incorporate touch into her movements, playing with her hair, adjusting her clothing, or even using her hands to emphasize certain points in the conversation. These small, unconscious movements are often signs of nervous energy, excitement, and a desire to present herself in a way that you will find attractive. For example, she might play with a strand of her hair when she's talking to you, a behavior that often signals nervousness, flirtation, or even a desire for your attention. Similarly, she might gently touch her lips or face while she's talking to you. These gestures can indicate that she's thinking about you and is trying to appear her best. In some cases, a woman might also position herself closer to you physically, even when there's no immediate need for it. She might step into your personal space during a conversation, lean in when you're talking, or stand closer than necessary when you're in a group setting. While this can be seen as a casual or innocent movement, it's often a clear sign of attraction. She wants to close the distance between you because she feels a connection, and she's subconsciously drawing closer to you as a way of signaling her interest. If she does this often, it's a good sign that she feels comfortable with you and enjoys your presence. She may not do this with everyone, but when she's around you, she will make an effort to stay within your personal space. Her body language also reflects how comfortable she is with you. If she's constantly facing toward you, making direct eye contact, and mirroring your movements or gestures, these are all clear signs that she's comfortable and even feels an unspoken connection with you. Mirroring, in particular, is a powerful unconscious behavior. When a woman subconsciously mimics your body language, whether it's leaning forward, adjusting her posture in the same way, or adopting a similar facial expression, it shows that she's in sync with you. Mirroring creates a feeling of bonding and rapport. And when this happens, it means she's both engaged in the interaction and trying to foster a deeper connection with you. Additionally, her body movements can become more fluid and relaxed when she's attracted to you. She might be more graceful or at ease around you, perhaps even more playful. This is because attraction makes her feel good, and when she's enjoying the presence of someone she's interested in, her body reflects that enjoyment. If she's fidgeting less and her body is open to you, it's a good sign that she's letting down her guard and embracing the connection between you. Conversely, if her body language seems tense or closed off, she might not be feeling as comfortable or is consciously trying to hide her attraction. Another factor to consider is how she uses her body when you're engaged in physical activity together, like walking or even dancing. For example, if you're walking side by side and she mirrors your pace, steps closer to you, or even subtly adjusts her pace to stay in sync with yours, it can be an indication of attraction. This is a natural response to someone she feels connected with. Her body naturally aligns with yours because she enjoys being close to you. Similarly, if you're engaged in something like a group activity or a social setting, she might position herself near you on purpose, choosing to sit next to you or join your group simply because she wants to be close to you. These movements are not coincidental. They reflect a deeper desire to feel connected to you physically, even if that connection isn't overtly expressed. A woman's physical behavior around you can also reflect a desire for reassurance. If she notices that you're not paying attention to her, or if she feels the need to regain your focus, she might make a small gesture to catch your eye, like tapping her foot, adjusting her posture, or moving slightly closer. These actions are designed to bring your attention back to her, to remind you that she's present and hoping you'll notice her. This desire for attention and recognition often stems from the underlying attraction she feels. She wants you to acknowledge her without having to openly ask for it. Ultimately, body language is a powerful tool that a woman uses to convey her feelings, and it's one of the most honest forms of communication. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, her body will reveal things that words cannot express. Whether it's through the way she positions herself around you, the way she moves her hands and arms, or the way she adjusts her body to be closer to you. These physical cues offer insight into her emotional state. By paying attention to her body language, you can gain a deeper understanding of her attraction and the connection she feels toward you. Understanding these 6 key signs, how she touches you, how she communicates, her body language, and the subtle cues she gives, can help you identify when a woman is secretly attracted to you. It's important to remember that while these signs can indicate interest, they are just that, indicators. No single gesture or behavior should be taken as an absolute confirmation. Attraction is a complex and multi-layered experience, and it's always best to combine these observations with an open, honest conversation to clarify intentions and feelings. Pay attention to the overall pattern of her actions and reactions, and don't be afraid to ask the right questions when the time feels right. With awareness, patience, and understanding, you'll have a clearer idea of whether the attraction is mutual and whether the connection is worth exploring further.